How's it going, guys? We are back in another video here, and Team of the Year is getting very, very close now. So we're less than 2 weeks away until this does come out. And I'm going to tell you guys what cards I think are going to be best to have saved and potentially buy before Team of the Year officially starts. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and let's hop into the video right now. If we look back at last year's Team of the Year, guys, the highest overall that was eligible to be traded in was 88 overall, and that gave you 2 Team of the Year collectibles. Now, definitely things are always different, you know. Well, maybe not always different, but in a very similar fashion of how they do things, right? So I would say, guys, you know, something to very much so keep in mind is that this is not a final thing when it comes to, what the cost is going to be. It's just my speculation on what I think is going to really happen. I really believe these are going to be, the more expected way of how much it's going to cost. So it was 188 gave you 4 collectibles. All right. You also had 2 87s gave you 4 as well. You also got a players pack with it as well. So, that's something to keep in mind as well. We also had the 86 gave you 4. So I mean, or actually 3. Let me see. Hold on. That is. So 3 86s, guys, gave you 4 collectibles. Yeah, I was correct. And then, looking at other valuable sets. So like, it all just depends, guys. So 40 gold players that gave you needed 40 gold collectibles, gave you 1, and then 30 81 plus gave you 1, right? And then 15 82 plus gave you 1. 5 83s gave you 1. 5 84s gave you 2, and then 5 85s gave you 3. So 85s are pretty valuable as well, right? So something to keep in mind as well is the fact that, everyone's saying, oh, well, maybe it's going to be because they're not the highest overall here, right? Like the overalls are lower this year, but realistically, guys, the overalls are pretty much on track for what they usually are, right? So the MSPs are 89 overall right now, and they were as well in NHL 24 at this time. So not really off or anything like that. So very, very similar still. So, I mean, not really something to worry too much about. The actual overalls of the Team of the Year here were 92. So I would like to say that they're probably going to be around the same. 91 the lowest, I would think. I could not see them being higher than 92. I think they'll probably be all around the same overall here. I'd be pretty shocked if they weren't. That's something I think is, pretty good guess, right? Is it'll probably be 92 overall. They also did release another event at the same time, the Hutverse event. So something to keep in mind. We'll see if they have another duplicate event type thing out there. But I know people are wondering, what's it going to be like in NHL 25, right? So at NHL 25 right now, the sets, it's all about, making these collectibles, and then you have the collectibles, you turn into the 86s, and you have the 86 overall cards here, guys, and basically the 86 overalls, you need to trade those in, plus 2 86s, and then you get the MSP, right? So it probably will not be like this, guys. It'll probably be more similar to Fantasy, all right? And I'll show you guys what Fantasy was all about as well, if you guys don't recall exactly how the Fantasy event worked in NHL 25. The Fantasy sets, guys, so you needed to trade in 40 fantasy hockey collectibles, all right? So you need to trade in 40 fantasy hockey collectibles to make one of the players here. 16 for a bound. I don't think there'll be a Team of the Year bound card. I mean, I guess there could be in theory, but I doubt they do that. It just kind of would be a little bit shocking to me, all right? So that we have that. And then we also have the collectible sets and how much they're going to cost. You're able to make all of these. I mean, that's, again, fantasy is a little bit different. But the actual cost here to get 3 collectibles, you need to trade in 3 80 pluses, all right? And, it's a little bit different. So 5 is, you trade in 5 cards right there. I think it's probably like 78 pluses or something like that. But at that time, those were valuable cards, right? So keep that in mind. But I think I'll probably go the very, very similar route of that, I would say. So probably, I would say more than likely, it'll be, a lot of collectibles you'll need. But now people are wondering, they're 86 overall, right? That's the card you need to trade in, right? And then of course people are saying, well, to actually make the 84 overall, you need to trade in, 82s, right? Like 82 is the high, right, to trade, and then you need to trade in 84s to get the 86s, right? My thing is this. I feel like I'd be absolutely stunned if there wasn't at least an 86 overall trade-in for Team of the Year collectibles. 87, probably the highest. I don't think they'll go past 87 for trade-in sets because, there's not that many people that have like 87 overalls or 88 overalls, I'd say, or higher. And, those cards probably aren't going to be put into sets for most. So I would say probably your best bet, guys, is between, I'd say 85s are really good. 85 overalls are really good to get. 84s are definitely not bad either. And I think you should definitely stock up on some 86s too. I wouldn't want to say go buy all these 87s because you never know. There might not be an 87 set, and then you spend all this extra on 87s and they end up not having a set. You'd probably feel, a little bit foolish, right? So for me, I have quite a bit saved up right now. I have not been making any MSPs for a while. I didn't make any of them from the Gallery of Greats. I have not done that at all. My thing is just kind of hold on to everything. I have plenty of cards, 700 cards to be exact. So we basically have, if we go 85 to around 86 overall, I have 47 cards. Yes, some of these are bound as well. So, not all of them I obviously can use, but Nico, we got Jack Hughes, Adam Fox I could use here. I also have Keller, Madonna, Robertson, Mahavlich, the Champs cards, Makar I can use, Carbonneau, I could use Maverick Bork. I mean, there's a lot of cards that I can use here. And again, there's more even 85s. There's plenty 85s as well. Some of them are bound, as I mentioned, but again, good amount regardless. So I really think these are the cards you want to stack up on: 85s, 86s, 87s if you can get a few. I do have some 87s here as well. Let me see how many I have for 87s. I have 12, so it's not too bad. Again, some are bound, such as the Eichel and the Palmieri, but obviously I wouldn't trade in a fantasy card regardless, or Nylander as well, right? But yeah, guys, lock in. Team of the Year is getting very, very close. I'm probably gonna have another, I'll like prediction videos going up soon, and all that good stuff. I mean, Team of the Year is always one of the most fun events of the year. I think we can all agree with that. So we'll see, how it is this year, and hopefully it's better than ever. I mean, we can always hope for the best, and I think that's all we can really do. So honestly, if I were you guys, I'd be working the market, trying to get some 85s for good prices here. I feel like that could be a huge way to either A, make a Team of the Year card, or B, profit and make a lot of coins here. And looks like my game is crashing. So maybe that's the time to call it there, because looks like I got a nice little glitch here. So shout out to EA for that. But if you guys did enjoy this video, though, if you did, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm live there every single day. Instagram and Twitter, Henreek at 3 E's, and I'll see you guys in the next video.